Okay. What is going on, my beautiful, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, and welcome to another episode of Waving the Red Flag. Waving the red flag with your favorite self-aware narcissist, Lee Hammock. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all for tuning in. The first thing we're going to do is introduce my lovely co-host, producer, Miss Jessica Montes. A little clap
Hello.
for her.
And he is our favorite self-aware
Your,
narcissist.
your favorite self-aware narcissist. Well, Lee, that's kind of narcissistic. I just feel like it's in the moniker. It says self-aware narcissist. It's in the moniker. But yeah, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Tonight's episode is about the discard phase, being discarded by a narcissistic person or discarded in a narcissist. It can go. It goes both ways. We are. We're all inclusive on the discard phase on this channel right here. Um, we have a lovely show for y'all tonight, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Like, seriously, make sure y'all are commenting, liking, subscribing, joining the channel memberships and stuff like that as well, y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel and being just y'all. I'm super thankful for every single person that clicks on here because I know y'all could, you some of y'all have better places to be. I know some of y'all just this is the best place to be. Seriously. Uh,
And we have some additional perks now. If you join, we're going to be doing a live show starting next week after the show for members only. And we're going to be doing a one-on-one, an impromptu one-on-one with somebody. We're going to pull any one of the members to come on in for a one-on-one. So that's another perk you get for joining the channel and being a part of the members only
yeah.
exclusive content.
101 with Lee. You get the 101 chat with me, y'all. So if y'all don't know, I've been doing 101s for almost 3 years now. I've talked to literally, when I say this, y'all, please believe me, thousands of people. I've heard so many different stories. I've helped so many people on this journey of self growth and development. I'm so thankful for y'all. Yeah, I can't express how grateful I am for each and every single one of y'all. Like, seriously, seriously, seriously. So, like I said, we have a great show for y'all tonight. The topic is no, not no contact. The discard phase, with a narcissistic person. Like, so a lot of people think like the cycle of narcissistic abuse goes like this. It is love bombing slash idealization, devaluation, discard, and sometimes hoovering. Not everybody gets hoovered or they don't try to get everybody back, but everybody gets discarded. Every single person that has been with a narcissistic person has entered the discard phase in one way or another. And I say this the reason I say everybody enters it because for me, there's more than one type of discard. There's the emotional discard and there's also the physical discard. Every single person gets emotionally discarded. Not every person gets physically discarded. They will emotionally disconnect from you. Like when I say emotional discard, I mean they will emotionally disconnect from you, get rid of you emotionally, take away the love, the care, the affection. They stop being your pet names become insults. You go from being my beautiful queen or my handsome prince to a troll or whatever insult they throw out at you. That you're too sensitive for. You're so sensitive. I was just joking by calling you stinky butt. Um, by calling you big head or Alf, whatever y'all want to say. Whatever insult you go from pet names to insults. Like that's the emotional discard, y'all. That is them devaluing you and taking away the love that the original love that they were giving you. Every single person gets emotionally disconnected from. Like every single person sees this different part of the narcissist. Nobody is exempt. Nobody. And nobody is exempt from this phase, y'all. Everybody gets emotionally discarded. And the crazy thing about the emotional discard, you know when this happens. You know it. You feel it. You can tell. It's like you might be washing dishes. You might be sitting down on the couch, and then it's kind of like you have a sixth sense. You're like, this person don't care about me like they used to. They don't treat me like they used. You can feel it.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
the air. You,
Yeah, I have an example actually, like just a small example of one of the many examples that I could probably come up with. But I used to cook dinner every night for the family, and cook, clean, everything. But I would cook dinner, and spaghetti is like everybody's favorite thing one of the favorite things that everybody likes that I make. And we were at the dinner table, and everybody's like, "Oh, yay, spaghetti night!" And he says, "Spaghetti is not my favorite, TBH."
Oh, oh,
Out of nowhere, and I was like, "Huh?" And it used to be like the praise, like, "Oh, thank you so much, Jessica, for cooking dinner. And we all really appreciate it." And then it started into those types of things where I was just like,
yeah.
"Why is he putting me down? Why is he doing this to me?" Like,
It sounded like you went from Chef Boyardee to something less than. You
yeah,
you went from Chef Boyardee to like Ratatouille. You were
or,
Remy
or
Remy from Ratatouille at the beginning. No, at the end, at the beginning when they didn't trust him because he had little dirty rat hands. They didn't trust him. So you went from Chef Boyardee like pop that can open, Jessica, to don't like. You know what? I don't even like spaghetti. Why you keep cooking this shit? You know, I don't even like this.
yeah,
Like
right,
who told you I like spaghetti? You don't know anything about me. Yeah.
exactly.
They fucking launch a meatball at you. They get angry, yeah. But you see that even Jessica has experienced that in her real life, So they get into this stage right. They get into this space right here, like what Catherine says. Catherine, thank you for joining the channel. But the difference between the devaluation stage and the emotional discard, the emotional discard is part of the devaluation stage. That's when it begins. That's when they emotionally disconnect from you. They start taking the love away from you. They start taking the pet names away from you. If they're giving you extravagant gifts or doing outlandish things for you, all the over the top stuff they do for you is gone. You know, everybody enters that stage, y'all. Everybody does. You know, not everybody enters the physical discard. You know, they just because they emotionally disconnect from you or start to devalue you emotionally does not mean that they will physically get rid of you. They will keep you around. They will get rid of you. They will stop loving you and stop showing you that they love you and keep you with them because they don't want to see you with anybody else. You know what I mean? They don't want to see you with anybody else and whatnot. So everybody gets emotionally discarded, but not everybody gets physically discarded. Some people get both. Dirty right hands. Y'all got to see Ratatouille. I say you got young kids, you watch all these Disney movies, or these cartoons, and everybody doesn't get my reference. Like Ratatouille, what you talking about? Oh my goodness, I hate when y'all don't get my references. But yeah, but yeah, the discard phase is tough, y'all. But what I will say about the discard phase to help you understand it, may not help you understand it, but to help you get over it, were you discarded or were you set free? Start thinking about it like that. I know everybody enters the discard phase, but it's the freedom phase. Where you discarded, where I've said this before, like when they discard you, when you say discard, it makes you seem like somebody throws you away. Like somebody just like, balls you up and just, kind of balls you up and just Kobe and shoots you into a trash can. You know, that's horrible. That sounds horrible. Which if you are an actual human being, but when you set free, it makes it seem like they're just like, you know what? They sing like a Boys to Men song to you. You've come to the end of the road, and they just let you fly away. You flap your wings and you fly away. That sounds a lot better. They set you free. That sounds a lot better. It's it helps you with your healing as well. It sounds a lot better. I'm sorry. I was listening to a song earlier. It's in my head. It's just like they set you free. So it's just like what did you get discarded or were you set free? So freedom helps you heal, y'all. Discarded, however it helps you out and whatnot. So inquiry and RDU. Oh, girl, what's going on, girl? You close by. You just shoot me a message. So y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. So the first thing we have coming up, y'all, we have an amazing story. A guest sent a story in. So we're going to break down it. We're going to read this story and then we're going to break it down. Get ready for story time, y'all. It's time for story time with Lee. Now sit back, get comfortable, and listen while I help make sense of your story. Boom. So welcome back, y'all. So we have a very unique story. The first one, y'all. So listen up, Get ready. Like I say, relax, relax. Get your ears ready. Get your little ears ready to listen to this one, y'all. So I am in my early 20s and sharing this possibly to help someone. So I love that, y'all. I love when people share their stories to just help somebody else. You know, some people who share their stories might actually be free of the toxic relationship, but they reach back to help other people out. You know, you go from victim to survivor to thriver. Survivors get out of it. Sometimes thrivers are the people who can reach back and help other people become survivors. You know, so thrivers are like, you know, I survived. Let me tell my story. Let me reach back in and help somebody else out. My story might resonate with somebody else who might be going through something very similar, and I can help them heal and go through this. You know, so shout out to you. So I'm in my early 20s, and sharing this to possibly help someone. We met our senior year of college. I got in a relationship. She put this in parentheses, y'all. With the narc in May of 2022. He admitted to watching me on social media for 3 years before he made his move. Watching on social media for 3 years
Mm.
before he made his move. That means people. So y'all, this is gathering intel. So honestly, this is something. So this is something that I would do. This is like back in the day when I was super insecure about who I was and what I looked like and what I had to offer. I would just watch people and study them and wait for it's kind of like you wait for a moment of vulnerability to make your move. You know, you meet your senior year. Maybe you had a class together. Maybe you had a project together. You just happen to end up in the same class together. It's like, you know what? Let's work together on this project. And you know, sorry, I'm just so shy. I've been watching you for 3 years. I've been watching you. Like that's like, yeah. Think about it. I've been watching you for 3 years. I mean, it's like watching from the bushes. I know because social media makes everything seem so disconnected, but like take the word social media away. There's like if you were in the 70s and like I've been watching you for 3 years. What does that mean to y'all? The 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Hey Jessica, I've been watching you for 3 years. What does that mean to
That's
you?
stalking.
Yeah, it means you stalking. Yes,
Yeah.
it means you're stalking.
Yeah.
he,
It does, I mean, predatory.
yes, it's like a fucking lion in the bush, in a lion in the savannah in the tall grass, just looking,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
waiting to strike. So before he made his move, he said it. He said it. It's just like that's sinister. Some people will confess. Like it's just like, don't judge me, but I've been waiting 3 years for this moment.
Don't you feel
Yikes!
special? Don't you feel
Yeah, don't
special?
you feel
Like,
like
3 years I've been thinking about you.
3 years? There's some, y'all. That's probably in his damn manifesto. Honestly, I waited 3 years before I made this move. But so I was love bombed for sure because y'all, if somebody watches you for 3 years, of course they're going to know what you like and dislike. They just are. They're going to know what you like. They're going to know what you dislike. They're going to know what makes you tick. So if they watch you for 3 years, they're going to know. They're going. It's easy to love bomb you after 3 years. The instance of physical abuse was in June. So they start talking in May of 2022. A month later, he already put his hands on her. Like he ran and blocked me like it was my fault. I went to the hospital and contacted the police. He came back and said he would never do it again. So I'll cut it right there, y'all. So a lot of times when toxic narcissistic people physically abuse you and you have to go to the hospital, a lot of times they will ride in the ambulance with you or they'll be by your side the entire time to put fear into your heart so you won't tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell them because they're with you. They're taking care of you, right? The same person that is hurting you is healing you. Healing and harm come from the same hand. You know, this is a common occurrence in toxic relationships where healing and harm come from the same hand. So the same person that's hurting you is healing you. So you're like, oh, yeah, they punched me in my mouth, but like they're here with me. They're in the ambulance, so I'm not going to tell them because I love them. So it happens, y'all. It does happen. So don't. I'm not passing judgment on the person. I've seen this happen a lot of times. Um, he said we'd never do it again, so I stayed. My birthday was at the end of July, and his dad's birthday was a day after mine. Already, y'all, look, it's dripping in. It's dripping in right now. The red flag is dripping in. Um, His birthday was his dad's birthday was after mine. He didn't come to my birthday function, and one of his supplies ended up being at my function. I didn't find this out until November. We moved in together in August. So, getting a relationship in May, living together in August. So May, June, July, August. So 4 months. That might not seem fast to some of y'all, but to me, that's just like, that's it's quick. That's really quick. It's like y'all been to a NASCAR race and seen NASCAR on the TV when somebody wins, they waving the flag real fast. That's super fast. Um, the physical and emotional abuse continue when you move in. Like when you take big steps in toxic relationships, y'all, it tends to get worse because they feel like they have you locked in. We live together now, so all bets are off. I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna emotionally abuse you because they feel like now they have you trapped. This increase because like sometimes people, and this is so it's gonna sound so simplistic, but some of y'all will understand this. When you move in somebody, you put your name on the lease with them. You was like, well, I know they hit me, but like if I leave, they're gonna ruin my credit. I'm gonna have a five. I'm gonna leave the relationship and be single with a 500 credit score. Nobody's gonna want me with a 400 credit score. So it's little stuff like that people think about, y'all. Fuck that credit score. Protect your life. But seriously, this increased my depression. He would put me down often, hammering away at you. Of course, I'm not doing anything if I'm abused every day. I moved out in January of 2023. Shout out to you. But he kept coming back. Every time I would try to leave, he would come back. Fast forward to July, he stated he was upset that I did not ask him to take my birthday pictures. He had a new camera, but has never taken anyone's birthday pictures with it. Never. So why my birthday? Yeah, because now he got a new camera. You're like, hey, I'm trying to get my photography business off the ground. I know I don't have a lens. I know I don't understand the settings of my camera. But god damn it, I'm your boyfriend. You need to hire me for your event. After last year when he ruined the birthday, you see what I'm saying? He didn't come to your birthday function last year, but now and sent his side boo to your function. But now he want to take the birthday pictures. He want a contract job. What? Come on, y'all. Come on. It's like a poetry slam. Come on, snap your fingers. you know. So that's why narcissistic people will ruin your birthday, y'all. If they ruin one birthday, they'll ruin two. Yeah. So one strike is the charm. You get one. Like, so I'm 38 years old, y'all. You get one fucking birthday to ruin of mine, and I'm gone. You get one. You get one. Like, hey, girl, I love you so much. You no contact. Are you gonna block me on my birthday? Okay, I'm done. Y'all stop. So how do I say this without offending people? Everybody doesn't deserve a second chance. I'll just say it like that. Everybody doesn't. I know certain people's religions was like, forgive and forget. No. I'm gonna remember. I might forgive you. I'm not gonna reconcile with you, and I'm not gonna forget. So, this is the story. I didn't want to cause any argument, so I just said, "Okay, you can take the pictures." I sent him some Airbnbs. I was excited for my birthday trip. None of this ever happened. We got into an argument because he said he couldn't stay the whole trip because of his dad's birthday. He told me this the week I was about to book the location. Yeah, y'all. They will wait until like y'all ever this is gonna resonate with a lot of y'all. Y'all ever seen a lot of these like Disney movies where the clock strikes midnight? Like you can hear it like tick, 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 tick. That's how narcissistic people are around your birthday. They will wait till 11:59 p.m. and fuck your day up the next day. You will wake up 12 a.m. on your birthday when the clock strikes 12 on your birthday. You'll be crying and upset. They will ruin like I'm telling you, they will do that all the time, y'all. This is 2 bad birthdays for her, back to back. Oh, I can't stay your whole birthday because I gotta go to my dad's birthday party. And I promise you, he probably didn't go to his dad. Yeah, I promise you, he probably didn't go to his dad's birthday party. He just uses that as an excuse to not do anything for her birthday. Or we were arguing before your birthday, so that's why I didn't get you anything. You did this. You started an argument with me. So you made me seem like I can't care about my dad's birthday. Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. He blocked me again and didn't tell me happy birthday. I ended up in the hospital for a week. Called and called him. He never cared. Fast forward to September and the new supply book. Watch my Instagram. We don't even follow each other. I had no clue she was the new supply until I saw a video of her throwing him out of a hotel room out of state for her birthday. What?
Wait, it's
You
the new supplies birthday?
the new supplies birthday. The new supplies birthday. So she said I had no idea who this person was. She don't follow me. He must have mentioned you. You know what I'm saying? You on his mind. My crazy ex's birthday is around this time right now. So she started watching your story. You know what I'm saying? They will talk junk about you to the new supply. You're the crazy ex, y'all. So I had no clue she was the new supply until I saw a video of her throwing her out. What is that? Me and her exchanged a few words and then I blocked her. I I haven't talked to her. I haven't talked to him since the day before I went to the hospital. I understand everything that has happened from watching your videos. Now, in October of 2023, and he has added me on Snapchat. He has added me on Snapchat. Hold on, give me 1 second. Get my glasses on for this last part. I'm getting mad. I'm getting angry. My vision gets blurred when I get angry, y'all. Sorry. I'm like the Hulk. I'm like the Hulk with bad vision. Um, there is nothing. He added me on Snapchat. There is nothing for us to talk about. Also, may I add, he had said he's done tolerating my disrespect. He also stated that he was done with me. So why are you here? That's the last part of it, y'all. So why are you letting him be here, y'all? If he done did all this crazy shit to you, like literally, ruined 2 birthdays, got a new supply watching your story, clearly talking shit about you to the new supply, or he's hyping you up to the new supplies. Like my ex was so fantastic. You need to be more like her. So he's got the new supply hating you and jealous of you without even knowing who you are, you know? So he's here adding you on Snapchat because he's not blocked. Block this person, y'all. Because this person right here doesn't value you. This person right here doesn't see you with any self-worth or value, because if you let him come back into your life after he said this crazy shit, I'm done tolerating your disrespect. After he done ruined 2 of your birthdays, if you don't say fuck this man or fuck this person, buckle your safety belt up, because you about to be a crash test dummy. Like seriously, you about to go for a bumpy ride and you'll be mad as hell in a couple of years. Like, why did I talk to this person after he did this to me? You can stop it right now, y'all. So if you see did I drop my red flag? I dropped them. If you see the red flags flying and they leave you for somebody else or they have a new supply, y'all stop taking people like this back, because it only gets worse because they value you less because you take them back. You know. So you have anything to add to that one, Jessica?
Um, I mean, to the birthday. I know. I
Oh, I
know.
know. Oh,
I mean,
that's why I just asked actually.
yeah, I mean, I mean, for my birthday, I caught him cheating on me 5 days before my birthday. We're supposed to go on a backpacking trip for my birthday that weekend, which clearly didn't happen. But yeah, I don't know what it is with birthdays. Why they like to? Why do they ruin birthdays? Just
So birthdays are a highly emotional time for narcissistic people, y'all. Like just for me. So some people have birthday trauma. Like if I had trauma in my childhood from birthdays and all my birthdays got ruined growing up, I might have a disdain for everybody else's birthdays, and birthdays might set me off. But sometimes it's just so much emotional energy, like, and the focus is not on me. I'm gonna blow it up. I got to now. Hey, so now it's not my birthday, but you're thinking about me though, all right? You, you might be thinking about in this last story. You think about the dad, you know. You think about the dad. It's the dad's birthday too, the day after. So the end of so that happens all the time, y'all. So like, if they're ruining your birthday now, so if y'all watching the channel, and thank y'all for being here, if they have ruined several of your birthdays, what makes you think that they're not going to ruin number 8, number 9, number 10? What are you telling yourself, y'all? Seriously, what are you telling yourself that's convincing you that this person is going to be better for the next birthday? Oh, the next birthday, they're going to be great. Why? Don't gaslight y'all. When you start to gaslight yourself, the narcissist work is done. If you gaslight yourself, I don't have to do anything else. I'm done. I can log off. I can keep my feet up and put my hand behind my head like this. I'm like,
yeah.
fresh gaslighting, you know? Don't do it to yourself, y'all.
Mm,
Seriously.
yeah.
So thank you for sending that story in, y'all. So, um, if y'all want to send your story in for next week's show, y'all, we'll announce the topic later on. Um, if y'all want to send your story in for next week, we have a voicemail number at the bottom. We do a voicemail section at the end of every episode, or throughout it. But if you have another story that you want to send in, the email is right here, waving the red flag show at gmail.com. Send your story in. We'll do, like I said, we'll break it down just like we just did that one right there, y'all. And like I said, if you, yeah, I don't, I know me and Jessica, we laugh and we joke a lot. Like, but we're not making fun of y'all. I promise you, we're not. A lot of times people have to heal through humor, and I tell people, I have a great personality. It's just disorder. I have a personality disorder. Like my personality is exquisite. It's got a little spice to it though. It's just I have a spicy personality, you know, you know. But
For
I'm
me,
thankful for
I need the humor. I need it. It's like I have to find the funny in this pain, or it's like it's kind of just what my philosophy has always been. That's why I appreciate you, Lee, because
no.
you
Thank
when I
you.
found you, you made me laugh. You made me start laughing about the absurdity of this all.
Well, thank you. Seriously, thank you for being here, y'all. I super appreciate Jessica. She's one literally probably the reason this show is going on. So y'all thank her for being here. Like seriously, I'm thankful for y'all. Super thanks. Shout out to Priscilla for joining the channel, y'all. Seriously, thank you so much, Priscilla, for joining the channel. And yes, Francis, laughter is a great medicine.
Yes.
It's the best medicine. It's like it's like a now I see I got kids now, y'all. It's like a cough drop, but like in lollipop form. They make lollipop cough drops now. You know,
Hmm. Yep.
comedy is tragedy plus time. Yes, Donnie the intern. That is yes,
Hmm.
that's uniquely specific. Thank you for that. Thank you for that right there.
That's my
Seriously,
friend Donnie, actually.
it's your friend.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So shout out to
Donnie.
Donnie. Shout out to Donnie. Like seriously, y'all. Thank you. Shout out to Donnie. Um, so we have another story, y'all. Story number 2 is coming up right now. This one right here is gonna be short and sweet and quick to the point. Um, so go hop into this one, y'all. Thanks for the show. 5 months later, after 3 years, still trying to break free. Affair partners suffer as much or more as partners because of the risk taken with families and the inability to be transparent. So, whoa, wait a minute. I read this earlier. I didn't see this. So many lies and transformation from great person to bad because of vulnerability. I'm 60. She was 36. That's vulnerability. And I'm an amazing family man with a huge mind. I'm an amazing family man with a huge mind fuck to get over her. No contact hurts me way more than her. I'm more isolated than ever. So, oh, okay. So they were having an affair here. So, very interesting. Thank
Mhm.
you for sending that in right there. So, this is, yo, so I consider my channel and my lives like the Planet Fitness of like, lives. This is a no judgment zone, y'all. So, hey, skeletons in the closet, let them dance. Let your skeleton in the closet do the gritty on here, y'all. Let them gritty. Um, but yeah, so I've heard this story a couple of times, y'all. Again, y'all, when I tell you I've talked to thousands of people, I've heard this story so many times. It is possible to get trauma bonded to your affair partner. So before you hop into a relationship with somebody that's married, if you're married and they're married, or you're married and they're not married, or whatever the situation is, I'm about to confuse myself or tongue twist myself. Um, yeah, these situations arise all the time, especially in you get into these situations where they will absolutely take advantage of you. If you get a person that is single, I'm assuming he didn't say that she was married. Um, you were married and she is not, so she's free to go. So I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, y'all. Before y'all think about going out here stepping outside your marriage and your relationship and trying to be with somebody else, think about this right here. If you cheat on your partner, the person you're cheating with doesn't trust you. Why would they? Think about that right there, y'all. This is not me trying to be harsh. This is me being realistic. Why would they trust you? You're cheating on your partner. You're married with kids and a family, and you decided to cheat on them with me. I don't trust you. Why? If you cheat on them, if you cheat on your family with me, I'm just a person out here. You know what I mean? I have a personality disorder. I'm toxic, but you're cheating on your family that you love with me. So I don't trust you. If you can dispose of your family like that for me, I don't trust you. So now I'm already on edge right now because I don't trust you. I can discard this situation, and I have nothing to lose. You do. So you can't tell anybody about what we have going on, but I can threaten you to ruin your life. Hey, look, if you say anything, if you don't give me what it's kind of like emotional blackmail or financial blackmail. They can blackmail you like, hey, look, if you don't give me this, I'm gonna tell your wife, I'm gonna tell your husband.
Mhm.
Yeah, that happens all the time, y'all. So affair partners do suffer, and sometimes you can suffer more because you have a lot to lose. You do. You have a lot to lose. I know. I said being 60, you had a 36-year-old that come on to you. You know what I mean? I'm 38 right now, so yeah. So I get it. So you 60 years old. You're like, I'm 60. You had a 36-year-old come on to you like, whoa, you like me, and they get you. They get you when you're vulnerable. They get you when you're sad. Your partner might be sick. Your kids might be going through something. You and your partner might be in a huge argument. They get you when you're vulnerable. It's like when you are vulnerable, narcissistic people, it's like putting blood in the water for a shark. Like they be living their life swimming over here. They fucking fin above the water, swimming over here, and your vulnerability, they're like, dun, it, dun, 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 dun. And they can sense your vulnerability, and they come for you, y'all, and they take advantage of you, and they will weaponize it, and they will hurt you. If you think you were hurting by arguing and fussing and fighting with your partner, they come and leave you in more pain. So not only are you hurt from fussing and fighting with your partner, now you're hurting for betraying them. So now you have a double hurt. So narcissistic people will discard you and they'll disappear. They will absolutely disappear on you, y'all. They will. They will. So I just feel like take your time to heal and just understand that narcissistic people sense your vulnerability and your empathy, and they will weaponize it against you. Just be prepared for that, y'all. So, you got anything to add to that, just?
There's a little, I mean, what do you expect really too? If you're
I'm just telling you because I get so that's what I said. I try not to judge. When I first started doing my one-on-ones, I used to judge like what. Now I'm just like I get it. So I get it, but I also understand from the narcissist perspective. I'm like, oh, you vulnerable. You have something to lose, and I don't. Got
Mhm.
you.
Yep.
Got you. I'm
Yep.
in control. So if I'm single and you're married with a family, you have so much to lose, and I don't. So
Mm.
I'm in control. I'm in total control. So a lot of narcissistic people will seek out people that have something to lose, y'all. Seriously, they will absolutely seek you out if you have something to lose. So
Mhm.
be prepared for that, y'all, and just stay safe. If you have something to lose, just watch out for people. Just like I said, if you see a fin out the water, they're coming.
Yeah, I'm sure there were, he had his reasons or other probably issues or whatever. So
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no judgment.
I try not to judge y'all. I know everybody's situation is different. I talk to people all the time, y'all. Like I said, seriously, I know all the time. I used to be a super judger, but now I was like, look, human beings. We are humans. We are
Yeah.
flawed human
Yeah.
beings. We're not perfect people. So shout out to you for sending that story in. Be safe and heal. You got to heal yourself. Like go, hey, fix your. If you don't fix your marriage, you'll get another one. You'll get another one. I promise you. You can get a whole bunch of young toxic motherfuckers coming in. They a lot of toxic. Is literally. Y'all see these movies like a bunch of sharks swimming, like doom, 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 doom. Like they gonna come get you. They gonna come get you. Be careful. Um, so shout out to you for sending that story. Yeah, we have one last story. Another member sent in, y'all. So shout out to you. It says, so I did a hiccup. Okay. Okay. I managed to find the sexiest, most toxic man I could have somehow. You follow me? No, I'm joking. Joking, y'all. I'm kidding. Uh, and I realize now that our connection is really a trauma bond, and we literally have the same trauma. How do I stop attracting these people? The bond was real strong. Okay, right there, y'all. So, shared mutual trauma is a real thing, and a lot of narcissistic, toxic people, you get it, you get it. And a lot of codependent people, empathetic people, highly sensitive people. If you find somebody who has very similar experiences as you connect to them. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? It's like you're in a foreign country and you find like if you're an American, you're in a foreign country, and you're just like, I'm just so fucking lost. And you look up and you see another American, like, y'all, you see it. You something, you meet, you feel it. Like, well, we lost together. Hey, what's up, man? Where you from? It's been it might. I was in Australia in March. I was literally having this experience. I was at a bar, and I met the bartender was from North Carolina, like I am. She's like, "She, you from the States?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm from North Carolina." She's like, "What? Me too." So it's just like, you see, you just never know. It's like mutual trauma is kind of the same thing as having mutual hurt, mutual pain, mutual loss. Like it's easy to connect, y'all. It's just kind of like, you ever seen Avatar when people they fucking braids connect and they mate. That's very similar to mutual trauma. Like y'all just connect to the one mating pair. It happens. It really really does happen. So how do you stop attracting these people? You gotta stop. First of all, you gotta stop picking them. Like I don't know what you look like. If you're an attractive person, you're gonna attract a lot of people. You pick them. You pick the toxic ones because they have this mutual trauma. They have this same shared trauma. So the first thing you can do is go to therapy to heal that trauma, to deal with that trauma. Because if you don't deal with that trauma, then it always remains trauma. If you don't, yeah, unhealed trauma, you pile onto it. It doesn't just go away. Unhealed trauma just doesn't disappear over time. If you don't deal with it, it piles on. Childhood trauma, adolescent trauma, teenage trauma, young adult trauma, adult trauma, parent trauma. Like y'all are just piling it on. Stop piling it on and deal with. You got to deal with the bottom layer first. Otherwise, you're gonna be working through a lot of stuff. So you have to understand that you attract a lot of people. Why are you picking the toxic ones? It's kind of like you're doing like duck duck goose, like duck 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 toxic goose, and you pick them. You know, don't pick the toxic goose. you know,
I
like
also like something you've said before too, about raising your standards.
oh
That's another
wow,
way to
you gotta
try to stop
raise your
that.
standards. Yes, Tony Robbins said that.
Oh
He,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Tony Robbins said the best way to avoid. He said it about something else, but he was like the best way to change your life is to raise your standards. I use toxic relationships and how to avoid toxic people. Raise your standards. Hey, so what kind of trauma do you have? Oh, let me tell you. Okay, that's enough. I don't have to hear it. As soon as they start spilling their trauma and they start trauma dump, like y'all, if you feel like you're having a conversation with somebody and you hear like a beeping sound and they're backing up their dump truck of trauma to trauma dump on you, you might need to leave that space because the more trauma they dump on you, the more they better the better they're going to feel for you. You know what I mean? The more you're going to feel for them. If you have a high level of empathy, they're going to take advantage of it, y'all. That's just going to happen. It really, really is. And this is not me just like, oh no, Lee, you don't know. Yeah, I'm dead serious. So you have to, say, just watch like talk to people. If they are traumatized people, and you feel like you're connecting to them because of the trauma, take a step back. Seriously, take a step back. So,
Yep.
so thank y'all all for sending in your stories, y'all. Seriously, y'all. So, like I said, the email to send in your stories for next week's show and whatnot is right here. Waving the red flag show at gmail.com. The voicemail number is consistently scanning across the bottom of the screen. If y'all want to check that out, y'all, to send in voicemail for next week. The next thing that we're going to do, dog. The next thing we're gonna do, y'all, we're gonna have our guest. The guest is our live guest is gonna come down, come on, share her story. We
Mhm.
want to break it down. So I'll hand it off to Jessica.
Okay, so we have Sarah coming in next, and so just to give a quick summary. So they were together for 11 years, and it took him, 10 years to finally propose to her. And they had a long distance relationship. She was in North Carolina, and he was in Atlanta, and they were doing this back and forth for 10 years. So he, she, so I'll let her continue the story from there, just so everybody knew like a timeline of what was happening. Okay, and here comes Sarah. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi.
Welcome,
So,
welcome, welcome.
yes, we were together for 11 years and we were 8 months engaged. I did wait 10 years for him to put a ring on my finger. It was because he said he was not financially stable at the time and begged me multiple times over the years to stay with him. So I did. Recently, he had asked me to move in with him last year, and I packed up my whole entire life and moved out of state to his home state. And knew no one but him and his family. And then recently, August 1st of 2023, He decided to get his things and leave me alone in the apartment and abandon me because he needed to heal. But it turns out that was not the case. So he completely blindsided me the whole entire time. Like I said, I moved my life and career down here for him, and he didn't see that as a sacrifice. He does deal with childhood trauma and abandonment issues, and his entire family coddles him and never lets him know when he's in the wrong. During this time, he was making a career change and was scared about which job he wanted to obviously take on. He knew that he would be in a new town. He would have to make a name for himself without his family doing it. Days leading up to the discard, I had got very sick and had to go to the hospital. And during that time, he sat and played the video game the entire day. Didn't care if I was sick, didn't care about a single thing. And why was that? I had told him to run a bath water for me in a certain way, whatever the case may be. He didn't do it correctly and began to yell at me because I did call him out for that. The yelling just started and it was just crazy, insane. So he then said, I'm not doing a single thing for you, and left me sick in the bed while he continued to play video games on his headset with his friends. Never once checked on me. I was in the hospital the next day, severely dehydrated. I needed 2 IVs, didn't care to check on me, but said that he would check on me through his toxic mom because he refused to do it. Now, mind you, he is 32 years old. The day that he left and abandoned me, he did commit to a house. So this is why everything started happening. Like I said, me and him were engaged at the time. So he decided that he wanted to commit to a house that morning without letting me know. Of course, he let his mom know. And I told him that that was not right. You know, you're marrying me, not her. I'm a little confused. Well, because I said that on the phone, he yelled back. So, of course, if you're going to yell at me, why would I not yell back at you? So I did. About 20 minutes later, I hung up the phone, whatever the case may be. 20 minutes later, he comes into the apartment, busts through the doors, crying, screaming, saying, I'm done, only for him to grab every single thing. He grabbed the dog. I handed him the engagement ring back. He packed up all of his clothes and left me in the apartment for 2 months. During that time, he had his aunt and uncle come over with their phones to record for his protection to make sure that I wasn't going to put my hands on him.
So when you say that, was he there too? Or was it what
Oh yeah, he was there. They were just standing there recording with the phones in front of my face to make sure that I wasn't going to attack him, as he was the one yelling and screaming, packing all of his stuff, being outrageous. I said his name a few times. He was like, I can't do this. I cannot talk. I'm not talking to you. I have to get my stuff and leave. I cannot be near you. Just acting completely insane.
Yes.
Completely insane. And said that he needed the cameras for his protection from what I said 8 months ago. So 8 months ago, he was having a hard time. Obviously, he's a coach and he's a teacher. Wild, right? He was trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his career. And he had came home that day really mad, really irate. And I remember being on the phone with my mom, and I was just like, at this point, I don't know if he's going to put his hands on me. And I guess he heard me say that. So he got mad, yelled, ran out of the apartment, slammed the door, and I didn't hear from him for like 10 minutes. He then came back and just boohooing, crying. I would never put my hands on you. Oh my gosh, why would you say that? Oh my gosh, this and that. Called my mom, called his mom, and apologized for whatever reason, because, for me saying that, he thought like I had discredited his fame and his image of who he was. And, obviously it didn't line up in his head of the perfect image of who he was. So he had to go and tell everyone that's not the case. Why would you say that? You were just saying that to hurt me. Like, I would never, I deal with issues, like completely insane.
What issues was he dealing with though when you said that?
So he deals with, he has childhood abandonment issues. He grew up with a single parent. His dad passed away when he was younger, and his mom has always been there for him. So the issues that he has as far as the childhood trauma is the same uncle that had the camera in my face, who thought that I was going to put my hands on him. When he was younger, he did not give him a toy for his birthday. And that is the trauma. So from there, he cannot take when you tell him to do something, or when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's an issue. He has trust issues. I mean, anything that you say that does not line up with how his family has raised him to be this Superman of a person, it's an issue.
And Sarah, real quick, so also before you moved in with him, he was living with his
Mhm.
mother. Well, his mother was living with him in the apartment for 3 years before.
Yes.
So that's the mother had been living there when she decided to.
Yes.
Mother
Yes.
had to move out, but moved right down the block.
10 minutes. 10
Okay.
minutes from us. So if I
Oh
wouldn't have moved
Jesus.
down there, mom would have still been there. Mom was using his car. Mom was
Okay.
using him as a place of a parent to his younger brother who was also there. And when I did move out, obviously she was not happy about that. When I did move down there and whatnot, only for her to move 10 minutes from us, from the apartment, so she could still be right there for him.
Yeah, that's rough right there. The mom, like, so yeah. So when did the mom move out? Like, did she move out because you moved in?
Yes, that was the only reason. And it was very last minute. I want to say 2 days before I was just like, okay, I'm moving from North Carolina to come down here. Like, why is she still here? What's going on? Well, she's still looking for a place. She doesn't have a car. Okay, that has nothing to do with me. We're engaged. I'm a little confused. So,
Yeah,
yes. And I
yeah,
ended up giving her furniture and giving up, a lot of my stuff that I did not need in the apartment because I was told that there was stuff already in the apartment, only to find out that there was weight benches, futons, everything was a mess from where she left it, and X, Y, and Z. It was just a complete disaster.
yeah. That is rough. So what? So when did you end up moving back to North Carolina,
I
or did
just
you?
moved back October 1st of this month.
Oh, okay. So welcome back to North Carolina.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
so welcome back. So, but in that space right there, so you see the dynamic with the parents being, and that trauma, that toy trauma, that doesn't. It seems like it needs. So again, y'all, I'm not a therapist. It seems like it needs to be deeper than his uncle denying him a toy.
Hmm.
That seems like a lie, especially with the uncle still being in his life and in your face doing that. Because I feel like if he's in your face, video camera videotaping you, it seems like it would make up for not giving him an easy bake oven when he was younger. It seems like it would make up for that.
No,
This is my
absolutely.
perspective. It just seems like in that space right there though. So when did you decide to just like, okay, I'm done. Let me move back to North Carolina.
Right after that happened and he left, he said, I'm not going to speak to you for the next 2 months. He, obviously unfriended all of my friends on social
Okay.
media and my family and whatnot, except for my twin brother. So in his mind, he still thinks that he's still friends with my brother, which is a no-go. But after that, I just realized I was like, I got to get my life together and move back. This is insane. He would still text me during those 2 months of no contact, would say that I'm paying for all the bills and paying for everything. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, around that time, I don't know what triggered him, what happened. The threats started coming. I'm going to cut off the power. I'm going to cut off this. This bill is this. Mind you, the bill has always been the same, even before when I was there, as far as the
Yeah.
cable. So then it was, you're intentionally being petty. You're intentionally doing this. You're trying to make me this. It was just insane. From
Yeah.
I'm going to get the police to
Okay.
recently, before I did move out and stuff. Of course, his mom, his aunt, and uncle, the exact same ones, came with a police officer for him to get the rest of his stuff because he had left it. So when the police officer came, they didn't realize that I had some friends or a friend that was in military. So they were expecting me to open up the door when it was actually her. So they were shocked. The family was obviously waiting to ambush me and waiting to see me act irate and all these things of what he said. And that was not the case. For the police officer to kind of look like, why am I here exactly? So the family was mad about that, only for his mom to come barging through the door asking, where is Sarah? Where is Sarah? Like, insane.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. But like I said, that happens a lot of times in these spaces because it doesn't like it just sounds like the mom like when they have these enabling as family members, it becomes
Hmm.
like a cult. Like they don't have to answer anybody but the parents, but the mom or whatnot. So I'm assuming like did the mom have a boyfriend or did she move on? Any?
She does not have a boyfriend. And
Yep.
what's so crazy is right
She
when I
did.
got
She
moved
did have a
in,
boyfriend. You
yeah, she did. She's had plenty.
no no
But
no.
Your boyfriend,
You,
right?
your boyfriend was hers. You see what I'm saying?
there
It's
you
just
go.
like it
Hmm.
just into that space. Like you have that emotionally incestuous relationship where like not only
Yes.
does your ex partner serve. There you go. Tranquility said her son is her boyfriend. Yes,
Mhm.
it's just like they play a dual role. It's like son boyfriend, son husband, daughter
And
husband,
I
or
think what's
daughter
so
wife, whatever.
sad What's so sad to me was, right after I'd moved in, like 2 weeks later, she wanted to have a conversation with me and say,
Oh no.
thank you for being with him. Some of the things that I've taught him weren't correct. He still needs to heal from certain things and whatnot. I'm just so happy that you guys are together and taking this next step. I've still learned that the things that I've taught him weren't correct, only for her to act like this months down the line.
Yeah,
So
mom.
is she doing the victiming or victim role for him? Is she help like
Yes.
is that what's
And
happening?
that's what it felt like.
She shields him. It's not like she's shielding him from shame.
Hmm.
Yeah, which happens. Like the parents, it's kind of like it's like, oh my baby, my baby. It's kind of like you throw, you see somebody burning it up. They throw the fire blanket on them, like, and they put the fire out. She's smothering the shame fire out on her son, and it's horrible. And then like I said, like, if y'all are in the chat right now, y'all listening to this and watching this, you're dealing with a person. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a good relationship with a parent, but when it crosses those lines, you got to kind of look at it. It's just like, or you can, because the mom sounds like they can be competing with you. Like, oh, you gonna move
Hmm.
me? You gonna move me out because you're moving her in? Why? And then now you're her enemy. You've become my enemy. The enemy of my enemy is you, my enemy. Like it just sucks to be in that space right there. You know. So I just feel like a lot of these dynamics, like the parents, the mom in this situation is competing with you. You know. And he's not like this is gonna be him. You said he's 35.
He's 32.
32,
Yes.
32. So this is him. Like, why would he change if he's getting all his needs met by his mom? You know, if I do wrong, my mom like pacifies me. It's just like, here, babe, put the pacifier in your mouth. It's like, Mom, I'm 32. Just pop it in your mouth. He's sucking on it. He's sucking on the red flag, pacifying us over the red flag. It happens, y'all. So, like I say, these very toxic relationships, especially with the parent dynamic, they can suck you dry. Like seriously, they can absolutely suck you dry in this space. 32 going on 2, yes. Yeah. So that happens a lot, y'all. So it's just like have you talked to him since then? When the last time you talked to
I
him?
I haven't talked to him since the 21st of September. He has been sending me text messages and whatnot. And of course, he's talked to my brother and said the complete opposite. I love your sister. I don't need anyone to see what I did, that you guys don't have to understand it. I mean, what I did is what I had to for my mental health and my healing. So
Man,
there's like three different stories going around. But of
man,
course, he doesn't want to tell everybody what really happened.
if your brother don't block his ass, like there's no point in talking to him. Like, what
There
are
you
we
go.
doing? What are we doing here? Like, hey, bro, twin bro. I have a twin brother. I don't talk about it. Like, we gotta block him. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, we gotta hey, brother, hey, twin brother of mine, go ahead and block my ex so he can
And
stop
he
feeding me.
has.
Yeah, he already blocked him. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yay.
yes, he's done with that.
Shout
Yes.
out to the twin bro. Because seriously, they need because if you don't block, he's gonna try to wear him down and just try to control the narrative to somehow get your brother on his side. Because sometimes in these situations, if your brother sometimes they fall for it and they just still hang with him. Imagine your brother
Not
hang.
mine, though.
Yeah, yeah, good job. Yeah, shout out to your brother because sometimes they'll hang with him. It's like, look, look, Sarah, like, look, I know y'all had problems, but you need to get over it because he's fun as hell when I hang out with him. So yeah, shout out to your brother for understanding that there is no benefit to
Oh, yeah, he does
keeping him
not play about
unblocked.
me.
That's silliness. That's craziness right there. So yeah,
So it's interesting. He discarded her after she made a whole life change because they were together for so long, 10 years. As soon as she moved over to be with him and, or, did that big move, that's when she got discarded.
yeah. So when you move, did the relationship? Cause y'all were y'all long distances the entire time?
Yeah, we were long distance the entire time. There was only one incident where he had to move with my family for like a year and a half, and my mom helped him get a car, multiple jobs. My dad did too, and there was no issues because he couldn't stay with his family, and then he ended up moving back to Georgia. And I want to say that was around 2016, 2015. So since then, we've been just been doing long distance back and forth. And he said that he couldn't make the commitment to come to North Carolina because there wasn't many opportunities as far as job wise for him. I later
Oh
found out that that was not the case. I think he just wanted to isolate me and get me to him
yeah,
and not have anybody. Hmm.
get you away from the peeps. Cause when I was reading your story, that's one thing that stuck out to me when he was like, oh, he got me away, and I knew nobody down there but his family. So that's the setup. So you have no one to turn to
There
other
you
than
go.
him. Like that happens so much. Like you have no one to turn to in this situation other than him, and they love that because they feel like they can take advantage of you and they get you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like emotionally beat you down to get you to do whatever they want you to do. That happens so much. Like, oh, hey, you with me? Do what I need you to do. Do what I want you to do. You know. So don't. I'm glad you got out of it. Like I say, I know it's tough moving down there because you had a your mind set on a certain lifestyle and a certain plan, but then it kind of goes all up in smoke in these situations because his behaviors. And right now, it
Mm-hmm.
seems like he's trying to keep you in this unique space where you still are in his life. He wants you in his life on his terms,
Yes,
pretty
he said he
much.
can't talk to me 24/7 right now. Obviously, he's unfriended me on social media because he said it's so hard to look at me and be around me.
Yeah.
But he was like, you'll always be in my life. The usual
No, you
love
won't.
bombing
No,
and
you no,
things.
you won't.
Hmm.
No, you won't. No, you won't. That's that future. That's that future. Like, you know what, girl? You'll always be part of my clique.
Exactly.
Hello. Hello, you still there? No, you gotta hang up. That's when you that's when you block a mid text or mid call, because they're saying stuff like that. There's just serious future faking, where he has to remove you from all social media. So it sounds like he might be on a hunt for a new supply, and then all of a sudden he'll pop up out of nowhere with somebody else who's like, you knew this was happening. I can't. The heart wants what the heart wants, and they mess with you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And in the meantime, he has mom as supply, right?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, mom is not going nowhere, y'all. Mom is yeah, mom is absolutely not going nowhere. Shout out to DM for joining the channel. Seriously, thanks. Mom is not going nowhere. It doesn't benefit her. She might move back in there.
Yep.
If he didn't, if he has moved out, she might absolutely move back in there. Get her
She was helping
bedroom
him
back.
pick out the house.
Oh yeah, he's buying a house. He's
He
buying.
moved
So it sounds like he's buying a house with his mom. Oh
to.
gosh, yeah. Good luck to whoever he end up with. Like I said, because seriously, that mom is not going nowhere. Like she's in the picture, y'all. You got she's in the picture. Matt compete. You gotta compete with the mom for some affection and some love. You know, that's wildness. That's weird. That's weirdness. And it happens all the time. It does happen all the time in these relationship spaces, y'all, where they just feel entitled to your space and your time and whatnot. Yeah. So unless you have more questions, like I said, for us, like thank you for coming on and chatting with us and sharing your story. I'm super glad for having you on here. Thank you so much, sir.
No, thank you guys for allowing me to be on here and just to share my story to help anyone else who may be going through this. Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks for coming in. Right.
thank you so much.
I could
Chuck?
see other people in the comments actually saying that they did the same thing, moved away.
Yeah,
Um,
somebody was from Atlanta to Vegas. I was like, I
mhm.
went from Atlanta to Vegas. When I went to Vegas, I flew out of Atlanta, so that was a very similar trip I took to get out there to where I had to go. You know, so shout out to y'all for being in the chat. Y'all said if y'all ask questions, ask away. Like I love when people build communities in the chat. It means a lot, y'all, because y'all connect to each other because it helps out a lot, y'all. Because people go through similar shared experiences can help you heal. It's like this is kind of building community can help you heal and whatnot, y'all. So
And so I have a personal, last week we had the no contact show, and I talked about joining the app here, this day count, and so I wanted to give an update. So today I'm 17 days no contact,
yay, 17 days no contact.
no
That's
drunk text
that's
contact, no text, nothing contact.
yay. That's
And
serious. That's big. That's big.
yeah, if you put your no days no contact in the comments, we'll all keep each other accountable.
Yeah. How many days no contact are you? And don't
Hmm.
like, I'm not no contact yet. Yeah. So everybody's situation is uniquely different. Don't feel bad if you haven't with no contact. Yeah. Don't feel bad if you haven't yet. Pop bottles for Jessica. Be careful because they said I'm just saying no alcohol and no contact do not mix.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm working on that one too.
Yeah, alcohol and no contact do not mix. Do not chase your no contact with a shot. Trust
Hmm.
me, it sucks. 40 days
Nice.
and 40 nights. Thank
Hey,
you, Matt.
hey,
Matt.
these all deserve some applause. It's not easy. Not easy going no contact.
Shout out to y'all. Like seriously, that's big time, y'all. 18 days. Shout out to you, Rainbow God. 18 days. A little over half a month. That's big, y'all. Even 1 hour is stuff like because you have to build up to it, y'all. I know we talked about this last week, but you have to build up to it. It goes from 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, Boom. Keep it going, y'all. It's definitely not easy. Cause that was what's that right? What's that
Nope.
1,095 days? Is that 3 years? That's about 3 years, isn't it?
Is
It's
that
a little under
yeah?
3 years. It's a
Yeah.
little under almost 3 years.
Mhm.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Um, so our next thing we have coming up, y'all, is voicemail. It's voicemail time, y'all. So get ready for your voicemail section.
See, we got a lot of great voicemails. Thank you guys for sending those in. Let's see. Here we go. So we got some about the discard. Here's our first voicemail.
Okay, so my situation is I was married for 11 years. I was with my ex-husband for 13 years. During that time, when I met him, he didn't have anything. I really didn't have anything, but we worked together. I'm very driven, and uh, the first time I met him, he showed me that he was driven, but then later on throughout the marriage, I realized that he wasn't. Um, so I went to school, got my doctorate degree and everything. And so I wanted to make sure that he felt as accomplished as me. So I helped him build a business. The business ended up grossing 6 figures. And I built it and I won grants and everything. Then one day I got discarded. It was a reverse discard on Christmas Day. He left and he never came back. And then that's when I proceeded to go with the divorce. And then I found out like several days later that there had been a new supply in his life the entire time. But the thing that baffles me is the time that my ex-husband and I was married, he actually had a tragic event where he coded for 4.5 minutes and actually died, and I saved his life. So it's just so baffling. Like now I'm to a place where, I'm healed and I'm not so angry, but the story is still baffling about the fact that I actually saved his life and he still mistreated me and just did a reverse discard after 11-year marriage, 13 years together.
I don't know if y'all can feel my anger
Yes.
through the mic and through the camera. But yeah, I hate when shit like this happens. Y'all seriously, really do it around Christmas. Reverse discard around Christmas. If y'all don't know what the reverse discard is when they intentionally treat you like crap to get you to discard them. They get you to back out of the relationship. They start treating you badly, so you are the one that backs out of the relationship. They do it on purpose. It is absolutely purposeful in situations like that. You know what I mean? It just really is. So that's horrible. That's evil. But yeah, I just posted this on my Twitter, on TikTok, and on Twitter, everywhere today. It's just like when people have nothing to offer you, they also have nothing to lose. It's just like, yeah, they show you this ambition up front because you're ambitious. Yeah, we have nothing together. Let's build together, and then you start building. Like you, it's just like y'all. Hey, let's start building two towers together. Let's start like here's your Legos, here's mine. I'm gonna build my Lego tower. You build yours up. You know, I'm working diligently on mine. I'm getting my bachelor's, master's, doctorate. My tower is like I got Sauron's tower. I got I got the Lord of the Rings, the tower from Lord of the Rings, peeking everybody, get the evil eye and everything. You still got a ground layer of Legos. You ain't started to build your stuff. Like narcissistic people, y'all, when you help build them up, they resent you for it because you're in a position to help build them up. Because you're above me, because you're already ahead of me, because you have more willingness to grow than me, you have more ambition than me. I resent you for that. You know, they hate you for being better than them, y'all. They hate it. A lot of narcissistic people hate when you are doing better than them. And when they finally get the chance to discard you and treat you badly because they feel like they're up on their 2 feet and they standing strong on their own, they absolutely will. So this is my shout out to people out here and y'all listening in the chat, and people, y'all might take this the wrong way, because I'm not saying that the caller did this because they had nothing together and she built up. But if you have something and they have nothing to offer y'all, stop fucking with bums. Like seriously. Like if they have nothing to offer you, they also have nothing to lose. Like don't help people. Like I know it sounds narcissistic. People are like, "Lily, you're a narcissist. You don't understand having empathy and helping people." Yeah, also understand. I do understand taking advantage of people. I understand that. I understand that part. I love helping people build their stuff up, yeah. But like, don't get to the point where you're helping somebody if they're not helping you out. It's like if you're climbing this mountain and you're having to lug them up the mountain with you. You got one arm on the damn top of the mountain. You're like, it's just like, I'm holding on tight to the top of the mountain, but I'm lugging your heavy ass behind me. Drop them, y'all. Y'all. Sometimes you gotta drop their dead weight. You know what I mean? You gotta drop it, release it. Because if not, they gonna while you're holding it on, they're going to climb up your body. You know what I mean? You be holding on. They're gonna climb up your body and they're gonna leave you hanging. Like, hey, pull me up. I help you. I helped you get up, but pull me up. No, I have a new supply. They're gonna do stuff like that, y'all. Seriously, you have to be very wary of these people. Very, not like I said, not to the original. Thanks for appearing. Thank you. Shout out for the super sticker. Thanks for supporting the channel. Seriously, they're going to take advantage of you, y'all. Seriously. That's what I'm just saying. In any situations, y'all, please, please, please. I know it's your husband, marriage, family, whatever it is. Don't help build people up that is not offering you anything in return. Some people hate you for building them up, and they will leave you when they feel like they got it enough. Like 6 figures, I'm good. I had no figures. From 0 to 6 figures. But shout out to the person for sending their voicemail in. Stay strong. They just resent you because you're doing better than them. I promise you. Seriously.
I dealt with a lot of what you talk about with my ex-wife. We had a 5-year marriage, a 10-year relationship. We have 2 children, 5 and 7 years old, and we just recently went through a huge transition in the family because over Father's Day week, she disappeared on me and the kids. When she finally came back a week later, she told me she had cheated on me. Well, she waited until after we slept together to let me know she cheated on me. So I got to deal with that whole, a fun STD panel where you have to wait to find out how much you were affected by what they did to you. Luckily, everything was good in that aspect, but it was really hard. She came back for a week and a half, said she had been in Miami, and she wanted to go back there as fast as possible. She signed divorce paperwork, and she signed over all of the custody of the children to me. She was often abusive to me and the kids, so there was that aspect of it. So I know that we're better off with her not in our daily lives, but it didn't make the discard hurt any less. It was still like a real shock to the system, and it was a very hard thing for me and the kids to deal with, because even when you're dealing with somebody who might be abusive or narcissistic a lot, and at times very difficult to be around, there's still that love and that family connection. So I just kind of wanted to share my story and let anyone else out there know that's going through something like this that the best thing you can do is get some therapy, because that's what I'm doing. I put myself in as much therapy as I could. I got my kids into therapy. So thank you again for making the videos that you make, and just for anyone out there that's going through a similar situation, just focus on yourself and your family and you'll get through it.
Yo, Jessica, you picked some good ones tonight. You got me super angry. Shout out to Jessica for getting me angry tonight. No, seriously. First of all, shout out to that man for sending that in. That's tough as hell. So the first words I have to say to you is fuck her, honestly. Because people like that who build families up and they discard their families to go to fucking Miami, that's evil. That is evil-hearted. And they go out here and cheat and they come back and just... Woo! Some toxic, narcissistic people will use you as their own personal STD test. You know what I mean? So if I got it, you got it. That's how they trap you. I'm telling you, some of these dirty bastards will trap you with a fucking STD. I'm just saying. That's why I tell y'all, if somebody has cheated on you before, I'm not. This is not to this man who sent that in, but if somebody has cheated on you before and you forgive them, understand when they do it again, they're opening you up to some bullshit. Yeah, she said fuck her kids too, but this is how that situation goes. That person in his life is like, she gonna fuck around and come back later on. Just like, I made a mistake and I went to Miami, got my cheeks busted open, my cheeks clapped, and I made a mistake. Please save me. No, no, no. And like he shout out to dude for sending it in, because I feel your anger. If I was in a situation, I know it would be like, if she came back and she's like, I want to be a mother to my kids, and this, woo, it would be tough for me to say no. But the fury of, I don't know, the fire be burning in me to say no to that person. Because he said my cheeks busted open. Yes, I'm going to Miami. Y'all heard what's his name? Sexy Red. She's like, going to Miami. They if they go to Miami solo trips, she was rushing to get back down there. She's ready. Yeah, and this is not, if he's listening to this, shout out to you, dude. She's rushing to Miami because, like, this person right here is literally like, when they do stuff like this, like, I'm gonna sign my rights over. I'm gonna sign my rights over to the kids, and I'm filing for divorce. That person right there is literally a lost person. That narcissistic person right there, there's no coming back for that person. But you know what? They'll try to come back later on when they feel like they've had their fill of toxicity. Now they want to settle down, and they miss their kids, and they miss the family dynamic that you provided, the safety that you provided. They'll try to circle back and try to cry and beg and plead, just like, I just want to be a parent to my kids, and I just want to be the wife that I promised that I will always be. If you don't say fuck her when she does that, because they do, I'm just telling you, when they spin the block. That's what the kids say. They spin the block. They come back around. You have to say fuck her, and it's tough as hell looking at your kids. It's just weird having to explain to your kids that, hey, look, hey, Dad, where's Mama at? Ooh, Sonny Jim, Mommy's in the 305, being a 304. That's what they say. She's in the 305, being a 304. Just give him the number, give him the code. She's in the 305 and the 304. Just be safe though. Seriously, y'all. Just protect yourself. I wish the best for this man right here, y'all, because I know it's extremely tough for a man to come out here and say some shit like that, because they can be embarrassing for a man to say that, y'all. Honestly, just like, my wife did this. My wife left the kids. Shout out to you, dude. Be a fucking good father. Find the person who deserves you. Be as strong as you possibly can, and just, hey, when they do come back, because they always do. They always do. Maybe 5-10 years down the road, when they feel like they're lonely and ran through. She's like, I just realized I just want my kids and my family back. No, if you don't block her, 305. Is 305 is it the Miami area code? Is it the area code for Miami? Did I give the wrong area code? I was guessing. Y'all. So I gave 305 was the wrong area code. I'm not sure it is though.
Sorry, I'm checking and I typed it the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
Florida. Yeah, no, it's Florida. It's like, yeah.
Is it Miami? Is it Miami area?
Yeah, it's Miami. Yeah, that's the area.
30 be the 304 and the 305s. There you go. Yes. If y'all don't know what 304 is, I learned it from some podcast recently. It's like, if you have people type 304 in a calculator and you flip it upside down. You're just like,
and it just says,
yeah, 8008 in the calculator. It says boob. Just literally flip it up, type in 304 and flip it upside down. You do the same thing. So yay, I got it right. But yeah, shout out to you, dude, for sending that shit in. I know that stuff. If that happened to me, I'll be heartbroken. And honestly, y'all know I have personality disorder. If they happen to me, I probably would. Yeah, honestly, that's the type of shit that won't have you believing in love no more. I'll go on a rampage. I just would. I just know I would. And that's not me just trying to like you're a bad person. Y'all, I'm just know I would. Shout out to you for sending it in, y'all. We have any more
And
voicemails?
yeah, and just one more thing for him.
Oh, shout out. Stay no contact. Yes.
Maybe.
Stay no contact. Stay no contact because that person is probably going to try to come back in your life some way, shape, or form. I promise you they are. You know,
Okay.
do it.
Or sorry, yeah, we got some more. Here's a more a nice an inspirational one.
Hey,
Okay.
Lee. I was just calling to let you know that my son reached out to me after my mom and her parental alienation that she's been doing to me, and I had a chance to talk to my son, and she tried to file a restraining order in court, but she lost her restraining order many, many years ago, and my son reached out to me, and we're communicating again. I have his phone number and his Instagram, so I'm excited about that. And it's helping me really along in my healing journey to have my child back in my life. And you've been a great blessing to me with all your videos and humor. And yeah, so I just want to thank you. And I hope that all is well. Shalom. Thank you.
So thank
Uh,
you, Lee.
So thank you for that one. Shout out to Jessica for that palate cleanser. That was like a she just gave us that was Listerine right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have quite a few. We get so many calls, you guys. I appreciate it.
Look, can we get a clapping cheeks just for the heck of a Lee?
You guys like this. All right, here we go. We got
Clapping cheeks.
you get those clapping cheeks. Let's see. Okay, our next caller.
Hey, I have a question. I married my narc like 8 months after dating, but he has girls that's been with him for years. Matter of fact, it was two of them. Got married. One shows up at the house, very upset, saying they've been with him for 4 years. They were engaged, and how could he marry me after a short time? Yet I'm the only one that got to meet his daughter. He introduced me to his father, but yes, treated me like crap. But after 2 years, I did divorce him. But still, with the other young ladies, he won't marry them. I'm so confused on that. What made me special? Why was I different? But, it's something I've always wondered about. Why marry me when you had others you could have had? So, if you have something, I would just like to know your thoughts on that. Thank you.
Thanks. So first off, thanks for sending it in. So there's a few different scenarios that could happen here. That woman who called in, she could be the new supply right there. She could be the new supply that's been used to make everybody else jealous. You know, she absolutely could. It's just like that's my first thought. It's just like, hey, look, he has a few other people that are in the wings that are getting on his nerves, and to teach them a lesson, he's going to marry this new person that just popped up out of the woodworks. I'm sure you're not new to him. Oh God,
You
you can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Your
Okay.
cameras.
Oh
Did it
no,
disconnect?
it just yeah. We talk about okay. I'm back. I hate when that happens. Shout out to Apple for making me get an adapter. But in this situation right here, he could have just been telling people like, you are new to them, right? The new supply is new to other people, but the new supply is not new to themselves. Like we've been talking for a while. Like Jessica, me and you've been dealing with we've been messing around for months. We 8 months in. Everybody else think we just met a week ago. Because I just went public with you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else thinks we met a week ago, and now we're engaged. Like it just I talked to Lee for 3 years, and he just met a girl a week ago, and he's engaged. We were talking for 8 months. You don't know that, but she knows it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They know it. They see it. They know it. They understand it. So in this space right here, they absolutely like you might be the new supply. That's what I'm thinking. Like you might be the new supply. Like everybody else is wondering why you got the ring and you got the baby. But this is what happens. Just because you get the ring and the baby doesn't mean they stop fucking with everybody else.
Yeah, this is a good time to do this.
Clapping cheeks.
That's what they're doing.
Yes, just because you get the ring and the baby doesn't mean they leave everybody else alone. Like, look, I know I gave Jessica the ring and the baby, but you can earn it. You know, like you can still earn it. Get the cheeks up. You know, act right. If you act right, you can be in her position because I love you more than I love her. It's like she's just easy. She just easy mark. She's an easy mark. I love you more. You know I love you. Like we've been dealing with each other for a few years. You know you get it. I love you. Just act right. Now I marry you. I give you the baby. Gotcha. It's just how you ring people like y'all. I don't think y'all understand. If I was an unaware narcissist, I would be a horrible fucking person right now. Like y'all don't understand how these are the thoughts that pop up in my head randomly. That if I was more calculated, y'all don't understand. But I understand. But like seriously, you could be the new supply. They could be using you to manipulate everybody else. So just be careful. Don't there's not just leave I would say leave this person be because he's using you as like a movable chess piece. He's like move her here and here and here and here and here. You know, just adjusting you to manipulate everybody else. Just be safe. Stay divorced if you got divorced, but protect yourself. You know.
Here's the next.
What makes a narcissist just continually mourn their child, their past and their childhood, and they have so many regrets, and they are not grateful or thankful for what they have, and they pick other people apart, based on their own perceived shortcomings, when in fact some of them are doing really well in life from a material perspective, I should say. So I just want to know, why do narcissists go back to mourn their childhoods, and why do they resist counseling and getting help for that, even though they're suffering?
So yeah, that is a very so I can speak. I this is a personal thing. I can speak on this right now. Um, so perspective wise, you never stop mourning your inner child. If you a narcissist, whoever you are, the inner child never stops being mourned. Let's keep it hot with that one. Like I'm mourning me right now. I'm mourning my inner child right now, y'all. If y'all don't know, I just wrote a kids book. Um, and my therapist told me to write a letter to myself. She's like, write a letter to your inner child. Like, just write a letter. I thought I was doing that by writing in this kid's book, and I showed it to her. I showed her the kid's book, and she was like, you know what, Lee. So my first name is Damon. She's like, you know what, Damon, that book is gonna help so many people, so many kids, so many. It's gonna help so many people, but not you. She said that shit ain't gonna help you. She said it's gonna help so many people, but it's not meant for you. She said like you had to speak directly to your inner child because there a lot of narcissists their inner child lives through their present adult version. You know, the inner child is a very hard thing to deal with a personality disorder because it's so guarded, it's so shielded, it's so protected that like I know it exists. So me being in therapy for 6 years, like this is like I started therapy October of 2017. So this is my sixth year month right here. Me being in therapy for 6 years, y'all, I understand the inner workings of it. Like my inner child is like screaming. It lives through me. The anger, the rage, the unmitigated gall that you see is your inner child living vicariously through you, living vicariously through you. You know, it never got to experience anything. It never got to feel safe. Your inner child never got to feel safe as a kid. So as a big, strong adult, being 6'3", 250 pounds, Lee, you can feel safe right now, can't you? No, I don't feel safe right now. Absolutely. I know, but people hear me say how tall and big I am. People be shocked when I say that. They meet me in real life. It's like, I didn't know you were so tall. Like, y'all look at short king right here. No, shout out to
I'm
my short kings.
strong. Your I'm strong shirt.
Yeah, I gotta know. This is not intentional. Yeah. But seriously, yeah, the inner child of a narcissist, like it takes a long time to talk to them. They're so guarded. Imagine being broken. So y'all, this is not to make y'all feel sorry for narcissists. Please don't feel this is not for y'all to feel sorry for narcissistic people. But imagine being broken. Imagine depending on your parent to protect you at 7 or 8 years old, right? The people you've grown to love and care for, the people you know every day, the people you see every day. You love them. You know how kids cry when they see strangers? But they don't cry when they see people they know. That's how you feel. You feel like you know this person, you love this person, and you feel like this person's supposed to protect you. Imagine this person hurting you beyond belief in ways you can't imagine. The person you depended on hurting you. And imagine when you grow up, you get mad at yourself for not being able to defend yourself when you were younger. You know, you can't do it. You can't do it. Just imagine being little 8-year-old Lee. Imagine being 38-year-old Lee. 30-year difference. About 5. 2 feet, 200 pounds. You know what I mean? It's a difference. You can't defend yourself as a youth, but I'm super defensive of myself as an adult. You know what I mean? I'm super defensive because I couldn't defend myself as a kid. I'll be goddamn if I'm not going to defend myself as an adult. You won't get close to me unless you earn it. Fuck you. That's how the mind works as a narcissistic person. You know what I mean? I couldn't defend myself as a youth. I'm going to damn well arm myself and defend myself as an adult. That's just how it goes as narcissistic people, y'all. And the child is just dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's uncontrolled. But me, I'm just, hey, I talk to my inner child all the time. I try to talk to him. He's still angry. He's still angry. He's still angry. But we work together, y'all. So they don't want to grow up, y'all. They want to go back and hurt the people who hurt them as a youth. I promise you, I seek vengeance on the people who hurt when I was young. I seek vengeance on the people who hurt me. A girl called me ugly when I was in 3rd grade, y'all. When I was like 8 years old, a girl called me ugly. I still remember her to this day. I still remember her. I'm like, oh. She hurt my feelings. But I hold on to that, y'all. You just never know. Kids hold on to weird shit. But seriously. Yeah. Shout out. Thank you for sending that in, y'all.
Okay, let's see.
Hi there. My question is regarding my co-parenting relationship. I have a 5-year-old, and the other wanted me to move locations to another city because he moved out of town. And when I asked if it was just for convenience or if made it sound like we were going to work on our family, because confusing, and then I kind of got shut out and blocked after that. So I just kind of curious of your insight if that's a common thing, if they want you to uproot. I didn't really feel comfortable, but I wanted to talk about it, and then kind of got ghosted after that a little bit, or just avoided the conversation altogether. So I'm just curious on what your thoughts are, because I'm trying to do the best thing for my son, but I also need to do what's best for me. Thanks.
We had that same story, I guess, tonight, really.
Yeah, so I'm glad she said that she was trying to do the best thing for her son, but also trying to do the best thing for her. A lot of times, the best thing for you is going to be the best thing for your kid, especially if you're in an emotionally unhealthy situation. Then yeah, because if you uproot yourself to work on the family, and you're not happy, you'll be unhappy. If you're where you at right now? So if you're unhappy in California, I'd be damned if you're going to be happy living in Georgia. If you're unhappy in Georgia, you're not going to be happy living in New Orleans with your toxic person. You don't know anybody. I promise you. Don't uproot your life. It's just like, just think of yourself. So this is, I promise you, this is the top of my head, yeah. So think of yourself as a tree, not as, and for all my sci-fi nerds and geeks out there, not as an ent from Lord of the Rings. You're not a movable tree. You're not moving around. You're not an ent. This is not the ent moot. You were just an oak, a solid oak tree. You've been around for X amount of years, 38. Let's say you've been around for 38 years, right? No, just say you've been around for 38 years, right? Imagine somebody just said, "Hey, Lee, I'm about to uproot you and move you across the country into Arizona, into the desert, into the middle of the desert." I'm like, "Hey, look, there's no water there." Like, hey, desert it is. The family is gonna be better in the desert. I'm a tree, y'all. I just got I got uprooted. My roots have been planted here. All my nutrients are coming from this nutrient-rich soil where I'm at right now. You move me to the middle of the desert, I'm not going to get any kind of nutrients. I'm going to wither and die. Just like anybody else who gets uprooted from their friends and family and their support system, you wither and die emotionally. You wither and die emotionally. How can you be emotionally strong for your child if you're withering and dying? You see what I'm saying? They want you isolated and vulnerable. Yes, absolutely. They want you by yourself. They want you. So the only support system you have is them. The only people that you can complain to is them. And they don't want to hear you complain about themselves. Like, you complain about me to me? Oh, fuck you. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear your complaints about them, y'all. Seriously, they don't want to do that. So don't uproot yourself. Don't work on the family, because if the family isn't strong, but when it's trying to get uprooted, then it's going to wither and die when you uproot yourself, y'all. Seriously, just be safe.
So that's our last voicemail of the evening. But we do have an announcement. We've been talking about the red flag giveaway. So we have the winners of the red flag giveaway. I've sent out emails to everybody. The winners, we picked 4 because we've been 4 weeks behind. But we're going to be caught up now and announce the winner every week. And so these are the winners. I lost my place here. All right. So you guys, if you see your name up here, send me an email with your address. I reached out. So if you see that you're here, sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once. There we go. Send us your address, and anybody who is wanting to be in the entry. Here is the subscribe here at Mental Healness to be entered in to win the red flag. Lee's going to sign them, right, Lee?
Yeah, I would absolutely sign them. And I'm putting a link in the comment section.
Okay, great. And so, yeah, we're going to try to send one a week. And then every once in a while, we're going to throw a green one in the mail. So you don't know if you're going to get the green one or not. But if you do, you get a private one-on-one with Lee.
The green ones are for one-on-ones, y'all. I do one-on-ones. I'm doing one-on-one giveaways. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, again, I said this at the beginning, but I've done thousands. I talked to thousands. God. How can I believe I talked to 1,000 people over the last 3 years? That is crazy to me. But yeah, we're doing one-on-one giveaways as well, y'all. So
enter to win. And we got we got so many members today, a lot of new members. So thank you guys so much for joining.
Super thank y'all for joining the channel memberships, y'all. Like I said, we starting next week's show, we're going to start doing a private live session for people who do join for members and whatnot after the actual live show ends. So we're gonna do a private live question and answer. Y'all come on and ask me questions, questions personally and whatever. It won't be posted anywhere. We're not gonna post the private session anywhere to make y'all feel comfortable. I don't know. So
it will be posted, but just for members only.
Yeah,
right?
But just member only. Yeah. So there you go. So thanks, Jess.
And so now we've got just my favorite video of the week. You guys ready for that? So here we go.
It's a wonderful day to play outside with my dog. Oh my God, what are you doing here? Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Look, I'm just here to play with my dog too, and hopefully play my way back into your heart. No matter what I do, you keep finding me. But your dog isn't even real. First of all, I still have your location, and second of all, don't talk about my dog like that. He knows he isn't real. Please leave me alone. I'm taking my dog and leaving. See, you're not even giving the dogs a chance to bond, just like you didn't give us a chance to bond. I gave you plenty of chances. You wouldn't stop lying. You wouldn't stop cheating. And when I left you, you wouldn't stop stalking me like you're doing right now. I am not stalking you. I'm just making sure that you're safe. You're the person that I need to be safe from. Leave me alone. So you made me throw my dog. It's okay. It's okay. You're out of your mind. I'm calling the cops. Come on, Aaron. We know when we're not wanted. You named your damn dog after me. I didn't not name them after you. Lordy. Yeah. Threw the dog.
Those crack me up.
Yeah. So those skits come out of nowhere, y'all. I promise you. I'm not naming him after you. But yeah. Lee's brain is magical. Yeah, seriously, y'all. So this is, like I said, I want the hat. Yeah, I don't know what a hat is. Like, that's my son's hat. Yeah. What's ever close to me, I throw on my head. I promise you. I promise you. It was like, what are you doing here? Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. I'm just here to just talk to you. I'm just here. Look, just here to show you my green flag. Hopefully say go back into your life. You know what I'm saying? Quick. It's off the top of the head. It's just, I said, Aaron. So to tell you, if y'all don't notice this stuff, I always try to be gender neutral on my platform. I always try to just, I know women can be narcissists as well, non-binary folks, whatever you identify as. I know narcissistic people exist, but genderless people exist with narcissism. So Aaron could also be ERIN. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It's just, I was like, I could have said Kelly or Shannon or whatever. Aaron just, so you spelled it just like I expected. There you go, right there. So it's so specific. It's unique, y'all. So I know that women can be narcissists. I've dated narcissistic women, so I get it, y'all. Trust me. But seriously, y'all, thank y'all so much. Is that the end right there? I think that's it, y'all.
We got a couple questions if you want to answer.
Oh yeah, we can do rapid fire questions. So y'all, next week we're starting the after show for a lot of these questions, but we're gonna do we're gonna shoot and score right now. So shoot your questions in.
Get a couple here. Oh, so
Christina says, covert narcissists are sneaky though. What do I do with them? They are hard to spot. Always notice the behaviors and how you feel, y'all. Because covert narcissistic people, like, they don't necessarily yell and scream at you. They do silent rage. When people are just like, the silent treatment is so torturous. Y'all, depending on who you are, yelling and screaming at you can have the exact same effect as being silent to you. The silent treatment is silent rage. They're so angry at you that they don't want to talk to you. They're not going to say anything to you. It's just like, I'm so fucking angry at you. I'm not going to say anything to you. What overt narcissists are like, you know what? I'm so angry at you. I want to say everything to you. It's the same goal is there. They just have different ways of reaching the same goal. When you're dealing with somebody, just think to yourself, like, what is their goal here? Mm-hmm. What is their goal here? If you are assuming bad intent, stick with it, y'all. I'm not telling people to be hyper, just kind of, what's the word? You don't want to be just hyper vigilant. You're just like shooting everybody off, but be hyper aware of your surroundings and who you're dealing with, because they can help you in a lot of situations, y'all. I promise you it can, just in that space.
Mine would always talk very quietly. When we were having, he would still like word salad, but it was like really calm, quiet. And, and I'm like upset and I'm like not understanding why he's just like calm and talking to me calmly. And, and it's like almost a little even infuriating you're like, why don't you have any emotion? Why don't you care?
If y'all don't know what word salad is, it's just think about just throwing a bunch of bullshit into a bowl and mixing it up. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, Jessica, I know we have a show next week, but I have a deer to walk. I had to walk my reindeer. And then when I walk my reindeer, I got to stuff the turkey, and then when I stuff the turkey, like it's my birthday party, so I had to blow the candles out. And when I blow the candles out, I had to pick my son up for school and stuff like that. So you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Right. It's like, what? What?
What'd you say? Oh, you don't give a fuck about me. You didn't hear nothing I said. You're not paying attention to me. So
exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. You never hear me. You never hear anything I'm saying. You don't see. I feel unseen. I feel unseen. I heard that
Yeah,
so many times. I'm like,
I feel unseen and unheard. So I'm an abuse victim. Yeah.
and I ask a direct question like, well, can you tell me, tell me how you love me. Tell me why you're upset. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you.
I'm
You
not gonna
should.
do that because you should know. Like, why do I need to tell you why I'm upset? Why I'm upset with you? Because upset is an emotion,
Yeah.
and for the emotion, something has to trigger the emotion. So, what triggered your emotion? How does it have anything to do with me? That's
Mhm.
personal stuff. So, personal stuff goes back into when I was younger, and I was writing in my diary when I was younger. You did it, your diary? What the fuck? What? How we get in your diary?
Right. And it's like, well, okay, I'm listening now. Will you tell me now? I'm listening. I'm not going to do that. It's like, one thing he said to me was, it's like asking Michael Jackson, why are you the best pop star?
Oh,
I was like, what? Where did that come from?
it is a word salad chef right there. That was very unique.
Yeah. Whew. But yeah. So we're gonna do a show too on Tuesday, right? We're gonna try
Yeah,
out.
we'll try to do something Tuesday, y'all. It might be I was gonna just spread it bigger, so we'll see how it goes. So we'll chat about it, y'all, and we'll be announcing the next week's topic here in the next probably the next day or so.
Okay. Well, that's the show, you guys.
Well, let me answer this question real quick.
Oh,
It
okay.
says, just curious, what do you feel after listening to the voicemails? What are your emotions? So it really just depends on the voicemail, y'all. Honestly, if y'all decide to send the voicemail in, the voicemails are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So screenshot it, and when we announce the topic, send your voicemail in. Yo, we read a lot of them tonight. So it really just depends on the voicemail, y'all. A lot of this stuff angers me, not because, like I said, I know the narcissistic person is going. They narcissists are going to narcissist. You see what I'm saying? They're going toxic people are going to be toxic. I worry about the people who are not the toxic person. What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself to make you believe this stuff? To make you take this stuff in? To make you just like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. When people just give you advice and just like, Jessica, look, I dated your ex. He beat me up. Here's the pictures. Here's the police report. Here's a restraining order, which is still current. Here's the toxicology report. He tried to drug me. Hey, leave him alone. And then you see the information. You're just like,
That's because
yeah, he loves me more though. What is going on with you? You see what I'm saying? Because you can't control what the narcissist. You can't control me. You can only control how you react, what you do. You know what I mean? You can't control what you can control. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Just in these spaces right here.
Yeah.
So the voicemails, they don't always trigger me, but they get on my fucking nerves when I just hear somebody getting taken advantage of. It's like seriously, I'm just like that man they called in earlier. All the voicemails affect me, y'all. But the man they called in earlier, I just resonate with that because I always so. If y'all don't know, my passion is acting. So I always put myself in somebody else's shoes when I'm hearing their stories. I'm like, what would I do in that situation? I just fucking rage out. Like, I would be angry as hell. So I get it. So I
sometimes.
understand.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. That was
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes, when I'm listening to them, how I feel is I just feel so sad sometimes. Like I'm just like, and upset. Like, wow, the stories all start to feel the same. It's like it's the same behaviors happening from everybody over and over, and the same trauma that everybody's been dealing with, and I can feel the sadness in the voice, and sometimes honestly, there's been a couple times where I've kind of cried, just like listening to it, just
Yeah.
really sad sometimes.
Because a lot of it's sad. Like y'all be evoking my emotions. Y'all are like, God damn it. You made me cry. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like to cry. I don't like to feel emotions. I like to sometimes. It depends on the day. I like to feel emotions make you feel human. I'm a person. I can cry. But yeah, I do feel like that. But shout out to Rainbow Girl. She just joined the channel tonight. Or did she? Or was it?
Yeah.
I think she joined the channel tonight. Thank y'all so much. Y'all seriously, y'all. Live show. The after show is started next week. What time the earlier show will be? Is it 2 p.m. 11 a.m.
Yeah, 11.
So
This
I want to make an announcement here. I think it's gonna be 10 a.m. next week, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna set my schedule right now for that.
Okay.
So
But
1 p.m.
probably 11 going forward. We're gonna kind of go early next week.
All right. So yeah, perfect. So yeah, next week it'll probably be 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. God. It just blew my mind because like I was talking to you one day and the sun was still out. I'm like,
Right.
I did it though. I was in Australia. Like I was talking to my wife. I was just like, and she was like yawning. I was, what the fuck you yawning for? It was 1 p.m. And she was like, oh, it's midnight. What you talking about? Yeah. She's like, oh, you know. So super thanks y'all for tuning into the channel, y'all. Thank y'all for joining the memberships and whatnot. Like seriously, thank y'all so much. The live member show starts next week, y'all. If you join the channel membership, if you haven't already, like I said, we still doing giveaways. Like if you saw your name pop up earlier, the sign red flags, the one-on-ones. We doing journal giveaways as well, y'all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Send your stories in next week. Like I said, the topic will be decided tonight. We'll figure it out tonight, tomorrow. Put it up, send it in. We'll talk about it. Like sometimes if y'all, what I'm gonna start doing, if your stuff doesn't make the show, we still go through it. So I might listen to a voicemail and it's like I'll make a YouTube video out of it. So I might just do a personal video out of it and post it on the channel. You know, I might break your story down. Like, now I can break this down. You know, and I can put it on the YouTube channel. So yeah, just send it in, y'all. Send it in. You just never know what's going to happen. Like I said, email us. Super thankful for every single one of y'all. Serious. Waving the red flag with your